Iglesia ni Cristo.
Have a day, everyone, wherever you are tuning in from. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Micronesia's INCRadio satellite studio. If you are new to our broadcast, I'm Sister Anne from the local congregation of Machanao, and I'm excited to introduce the topic for this evening, which is questions asked during a job interview. This is actually something that I myself need answers to as well, and I'll also want to learn more about it. So I'm excited to hear from our guest tonight. But before we dive more into our topic and seek advice from our guest, I want to first introduce my other crew member who will be helping with the broadcast this evening. You see her all the time on INC Radio. But Sister Arlene, can you please introduce yourself for those who are new to our broadcast?
Yes, of course, Sister Anne. Thank you for introducing me and to all the listeners here on INC Radio. Micronesia, I am Sister Arlene Malikdem from the local congregation of Guam. And I'm here with also, yes, my crew members broadcasting in our homes right now. And such a lovely topic this evening because we always been talking about something got to do about our livelihood or our jobs. So Sister Anne, I am very excited for this topic this evening.
Yes, thank you, Sister Arlene. Like I mentioned earlier, our topic for the evening is questions to ask during a job interview. So we hope everyone is looking forward to hearing our discussion. But before that, we want to move on with our YouTube chat plug with Sister Bam.
Hello everyone, my name is Sister Bam from the locale of Saipan, and I will be one of your YouTube engagers tonight. And so if you're figuring out how to support us, Korea Tech will play a short video on how.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Korea Tech, for playing that video. Now let's hear our YouTube engagement question with Sister Jill.
Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I joined our broadcast. For those who don't know me, I'm your YouTube engager, Sister Jillian. And today we have a really interesting question to talk about, which is what is the most important aspect to consider during a job interview? I think this is a really great question because whether you're starting a new job, an internship, or even a new class, considerations really matter when making a decision. So please put your answers in the live chat because we would be so happy to read out your comments later.
Yes, thank you, Sister Jill. Before we go more into our topic for this evening, I want to ask the YouTube engagers to give us an answer to this question. I want to ask Sister Jill, since I know you are currently looking for jobs, so what do you think is the most important aspect to consider during a job interview?
For me, Sister Anne, I think the most important aspect that I will be considering during a job interview is that I should be genuine and confident because we need to be able to emphasize the value of showing our true self and passion for the role that we are applying for in the job, as well as how our unique experiences and skills can give help to the company we are applying for. And we being also well prepared and having a positive attitude are also key to making a great impression.
Yes, thank you, Sister Jill. I think that's really important that we always exude a very positive attitude, especially as members inside the Church of Christ. So thank you, Sister Jill, for sharing that with us. Now, if anyone watching would like to also share your own answers and experiences when it comes to job interviews, we would love to hear from all of you. So please continue engaging with us in the comments below. Thanks again to our YouTube engagers. Now we want to finally dive into our topic and introduce our guest for tonight. We already introduced her earlier, and she is a very familiar face, if not the most familiar face here on IC Radio on in Micronesia. So, Sister Arlene, apart from your introduction, can you please share with us a little background on your work, your duties, and even your own experiences when it comes to interviews, or even when the last time you had when you had like experienced an interview for yourself?
Thank you, sister. And yes, I never get the opportunity to really introduce myself really fully. But yes, I'm Sister Arlene from the local congregation of Guam. Besides me being a host and producer here on INC Radio, I am also a choir member, a DMM officer, and also a booklet officer, a district booklet officer. So many hats to play as well. Uh, I am married. I belong to the booklet organization. My husband is also part of our team as well. And I do work for a logistics company in Guam, also worldwide, well known worldwide. So that is my background. You have mentioned also when was the last time I had a job interview? That was about maybe 5 years ago, sister. Yeah, 5 years ago.
Wow, that was a while ago. But I'm actually really glad that you're the one I'm going to be interviewing for today because I feel like you can give me a lot of advice on this topic, especially since I'm not as experienced as you are in this aspect of working. So I want to start off by asking you, what are some key questions you may ask during a job interview?
Oh, that is very good. Key questions. First of all, I want to always be able to engage also with the employer, right? The future employer I'm gonna be working for. So I would ask, what skills or what will it take for me to be successful in my position, right? To in like say a timeline of 3 months, like where do you see me to be successful in doing the job that I'm going to be applying for. This would actually give me the chance to see a little bit more of what the job entails, because of course the job posting, it only can tell you so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this will actually give me more insight of what to expect of that position. And another thing I also want to ask is like the hours. How does the hours work? Like what time do I usually? What's a typical day of that job that or that position I'm going to be applying for, because it's also important for the different obligations I have. I'm also married. I have to take care of my husband, and also have my other duties inside the church and other curricular activities that I do as well besides work.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with you at the I like how you also mentioned about asking about the value. I think it's really important to ask them what value you can bring to the job because you don't want to just be another added employee, but I feel like it's essential to be like an asset to the company you want to work for, especially if you're thinking of working here for a long time. So I think it's vital to really think carefully about the questions you want to ask during that interview process. So thank you, Ata Arlene, for sharing with us. Now, connecting to the important aspects of an interview, why is it important that one must research the company they are applying for before the interview?
Wow, I haven't seen this for a while, the word research, because I believe when I see the word research, it usually comes from someone that just got out of high school or got out of college and wants to have that dream job, right? Well, in this day and age, or even in my age in time, research to me is aka as known as networking, right? So what's important to really research in the company or network about the company you want to apply for is really try to see if it really fits you, right? Fits your
Yes.
schedule, fits the personality you want to be, and also your values, because when that happens, uh, they'll be able to know who you truly are and what things you value, besides just always going to work, right? You have other things in life that you value as well. But also researching the company will know that you're very interested in it, right? They'll
Mm-hmm.
give you they'll have that hint that, oh, she or he wants to be really part of this company. And of course the question is, how do you really fit in it?
Yes. Yes, I completely agree with you, Ate. I like how you mentioned that networking is a part of that research that you do, like, and what you have to do exactly. It's something that you have to really highly consider, because if you think about it, this is going to be a place where we're going to spend most of our time as our job, and it's also going to be a part of our day-to-day routines. And being a part of this company is going to be a big part of our lives. So I think it's true what you said. Networking is really a big part of this aspect of looking for a job. So thank you, Ate. And also,
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sister Anne. What was that po? I think we were like having a bad connection right there.
okay, can you hear me po?
Yes, I can hear you now.
What I was adding to what you were saying, Ate, that I think it's important also to show to the employers that you did your research on the company, because they see that you're actually dedicated to getting the role or the job position that they're putting out there. So I think that's another important thing when it comes to research for the interview. So thank you, Ate Arlene, for teaching us why researching the company is so important before going into the interview itself. Now, Sister Arlene, one of the most important questions, if not the most fundamental questions to ask ourselves, is what is something you should consider most during a job interview?
Oh, this is very interesting because when it comes to the interview, you always want to be able to see if this is the right fit for you, right? Like as I mentioned. So in my previous job interviews that I had, being honest, to really put yourself out there is to be honest to the future employer that you're going to be working for. What I mean really about that is being honest to what your values are. What you're not just going to be there. You're not just an employee that's just going to work, but you also want to be able to grow with the company, right? And with that company, you want to be already truthful upfront. And I believe being honest and truthful upfront, your intentions of why you really want to truly belong to a company, um, will make a big difference of whether or not you'll fit, right? Um, and I talk about a little bit of our the obligations that we have just outside of work. You
Mm-hmm.
still want to be able to fulfill that, right? And that's very important. And one thing I learned is my duties. I always put them first. And pray to God that this is the right job for me. This is gonna be the one that will help me to be flexible to all the different um, offices that I have, so I can be able to perform at the best of my ability, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really would consider is being truthful and out there to your future employers.
Yes, Ate. Thank you so much for sharing that. I actually want to share with everyone viewing something that you actually taught us in one of our meetings, and it connects to what you said about being truthful right away during the interview. Because we know as Church of Christ members and officers, being accepted, um, before accepting a job, one of the most important things to consider is whether that job will allow us to be flexible with our schedule and even understand and respect the values we have as our for our membership. So I remember you telling us that if you are honest right away and bring it up to them during that interview, you had to say I am a church officer and a member, and that this is something important to me that I need to make sure this job allows me to perform those duties. And you said that God will surely bless you 100%, and you experienced this firsthand. So I'm glad that you shared that with all of us officers, because I think that's something that we can also take with us when we also have our own interviews as well. So thank you. Yes.
Absolutely, Sister Anne. You have mentioned that. I totally forgot about that part, but thank you for remembering that advice I gave to everybody. That yeah, that is really a true story. I believe God will always bless us with the perfect job, the job that you want and need, especially if you put Him first out
Yeah.
there. And when I knew about that already, like it's gonna work, I I said to myself, I'm always gonna use this all the
Yes.
time when I get a job interview. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ate. We were really inspired when you told us that story. So we really appreciate it, especially for the young ones, because we're all getting ready to finally get a jobs and go out there. And I think that's something that we always need to keep in mind. That's the most important thing to consider when we are looking for a job. So thank you, Ate. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this topic and also advising us all here tonight. Now we want to see what's been happening in our YouTube comments with Sister Bam and Sister Jill.
Hello, everyone. Now it's time to dive into the live chat. So let's now see what you all are saying in the comment section. So first off, I will be reading all the answers to our YouTube engagement question earlier. So first off, Sister Jade Pasha said the most important aspect to consider during a job interview is by having good communication. And she said that she have said this a lot because it can help you stand out and have a good impression. Hashtag Saipan, hashtag CWS. Next up, we have Brother Sean Pierce saying, the most important aspect of an interview, I believe, is how you will present yourself to your employer. And they said, be confident. I agree with you, Brother Sean and Sister Jade. And next up, we have Brother Roger T. Pai saying, attitude. Coming to the job interview on time, well dressed, confident but not overconfident. And they said, speaking the truth too. So next up, we will be moving to reading the greetings by our brethren. First off, we have Sister Michelle Giang saying happy viewing po to all the kapatid from local of Garapan, hashtag Garapan. Next up, we have Brother Raymond Villegas saying hello po from the District of New Jersey, happy viewing po, hashtag Bayon and hashtag New Jersey. Hello po all the way po, there's the District of New Jersey. And Sister Bam, is there more comments that you would like to read po?
Yes, there are. We have a comment from Brother Julius Malabanan saying, greetings to our district minister, Kadjovan Sapilio Jr., as well as Brother R.J. Villegas saying, good evening po to our district minister, Brother Jovan Sapilio Jr., and our assistant district minister, Brother Julius Malabanan. Have a good evening po, brethren. Hello po ka, R.J., as well as Brother John R. Valianta saying, good evening, Micronesia, and good evening, Team Live Chat, as well as Sister Michelle Malabanan saying, good evening to all tuning in from Saipan region, as well as Sister Jenilyn Munar saying, hi Ate Ann, hi Ate R, and hi Ate Bam, hashtag Afro Heights, hashtag Pompeii, and hashtag Bukod. Hi Tita. And that's all I see for now po.
Thank you, Sister Bam, and also Sister Jill, for sharing with us our YouTube comments for today. Now, let's see what our district has been up to in our CFO in action. So for this week, our district actually had an activity this morning, which was the Unity E-Games, which was held in the local congregations of Garapan and Manilao, where the brethren were able to bond with each other through virtual games and friendly competition. So we hope everyone enjoyed our past activity for the week. Now let's see what's next in Micronesia's lineup. We have activities in preparation for our 110th anniversary, which include on July 27th, we have the American Memorial Park NAD, and we also have the In Concert on July 28th at Saipan at World Resort. And on July 28th, we also have our In Concert here in the island of Guam, which will be located in Leo Palace Resort. And in August, we have on August 2nd and 3rd the sports clinic. As well as on August 4, we will have our worldwide evangelical mission. So we hope that everyone is looking forward to all of these activities. Now let's move on to the next part of our broadcast with the local hashtag winner with Sister Arlene.
Thank you, Sister Anne. Yes, long awaited. Who wants to know the winner of last week's broadcast? This is a new local congregation. So, Kuya Tech, who is the local hashtag winner for last week's broadcast? Drum roll, please. Machanal! Thank you so much, Machanal, for being such a great supporter. It always has been Saipan for like how many weeks, right? Now it is the local congregation of Machanal. Now, who is our most supported person there on the live chat? Let's take a look. It is Sister Jade Pasina. Thank you again, Sister Jade. You are such an awesome supporter here on the YouTube comments. Please continue to support us and to all our viewers as well. Every Saturday, so our next broadcast will be on July 2024 at 10 p.m. Please do note it's only a 30-minute broadcast, so every viewer does count and every comment does count. So we do want to see your participation and also your answers in our conversation next week. Go ahead, Sister Anne.
Yes, thank you, Sister Arlene. We would like to now extend our end of the show greetings and thank yous to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Subsea President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, as well as our District Minister, Brother Joven Cepilio Jr., and our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, our CFO Overseer, Brother Daniel Jeffrey Munar, and also our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr. And we do have more greetings with Sister Arlene.
Thank you, Sister Anne. Yes, we want to mention also my crew members who are here with us tonight. That is Sister Bam Bam, Sister Jillian, Sister Gwen, Brother RY, Brother Red, Brother Judah, Brother Matt, and Brother Husky, all the way there in the island of Saipan. Then here on the island of Guam, I do want to mention Sister Avi. She just got back from her trip. Sister Maria, Sister Faye, Sister Anne, and also Brother Sean, Brother Randy, and Brother Michael. And lastly, I do want to mention to our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya, or Kuya, Kuya Manley, and also Kuya Tech for supporting us here in our broadcast this evening. So thank you so much. And Sister Anne, your final words to end our broadcast.
Yes, thank you, Sister Arlene, and thank you both to everyone for always supporting our activities. And we hope you enjoyed our live broadcast for tonight. Our broadcast is now coming to a close, so we want to thank everyone for tuning in. And good night, Micronesia. Coming up next is Washington, D.C. Satellite Studio. Good night, po.
Good night. And good morning to Washington, D.C.
Good morning, po.
See you next week.